How are you, my brother? All good in the hood?
Jono, how are you, brother?
I'm good, pal. How's things?
Yeah, good, man. Good. You and your family okay?
Yeah, we're all good. All good. Staying blessed, thank God.
Yeah, been training?
Yeah. I literally, actually, I only come back from a jog there 2 minutes ago. And
Yeah.
the police stopped me and all, didn't he? Now there's this place on proper
Yeah,
lockdown, bro.
yeah, you're on the real lockdown over there, and you?
Yeah, proper lockdown over here. Like, I think, because I didn't have any me, like, I didn't have any ID and all that on me. The play, they wanted me address and all, so then I come here, I reckon they're gonna hit me with a big ass fine, the bastards.
I bet it's loads of cash you really wanted.
But thing is, so my missus needed a car yesterday to get she had a toothache. She needed to go to the dentist, and she went out in the bleeding car wasn't moving. So one of my friends gave me a lend of his car, and today I had to drop it back to him. And so I was like, I dropped it back to him and I jogged home. You know what I mean? So I was like, grand, we'll just kill two birds with one stone. I jogged home and like literally just. Mate, I was literally just out of his estate and the police pulled up and I was like, no, shit. Oh, the joyous, bro. The joyous on lockdown.
Before we start talking about boxing, John, I want to ask you something really important. How good was that Philly steak that you shared with Tevin Farmer?
Yeah, mate. The good old Philly cheesesteak was the bollocks. That was nice,
that
mate.
Was
I
enjoyed a real that. Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, mate, I tell you, since I was over there then training with them and that, I must have had about 30 of them.
Yeah. They were that good, right?
Mate, they were incredible. Trust me, they were very good, yeah. If you're ever over that part of the world, mate, make sure you get yourself one.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. After seeing you, I'll definitely get one.
100%, mate.
You picked up
things over there.
You're breaking up a bit, but
yeah, it's because I'm outside because we played in babies causing ructions in that car. I didn't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a bit bad, is it?
Yes, yeah, it's alright. You can hear me, okay now?
I can hear you perfect, pal, yeah?
Yeah, good. You picked up a bit of a friendship with Tevin Farmer after your fight, you know. You was even training together.
Yeah, listen, he's a nice bloke, he's sound. He promised me that he'd bring me for a Philly cheesesteak after the fight, so I definitely hit him up after the fight. I was like, mate, I'll probably still getting that fucking Philly cheesesteak. So we did anyway. And from there on, it was just, he messaged me once or twice, you know, well done in your fight and blah, blah, you know, obviously we come back fighting that. And yeah, he just kept in contact, and then basically he needed me for sparring. So we just reached out and said, mate, would you be interested in coming over to spar? So I was like, yes, of course, mate. It's world-class sparring. Plus I was getting paid, so of course I will, you know what I mean?
You can't really ask for much better sparring than that, can you? That is world-class sparring. Obviously the money as well, isn't it? With the experience.
Do you know what I found? What I found with boxing him, when I was sparring him, it was so much different. You know what I mean? It was like from the fight and the spar. So I was getting, because I had loads more time. There was no crowd involved. There was no nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was having almost like a lot more success in the spars. You know what I mean? Like a lot more hands. Obviously, I was a bit more relaxed in the spars, so I let it flow. Plus, I actually boxed him a lot, which a lot of people, including myself, didn't think I'd be able to outbox him or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought I had to fight him to beat him because he's a great boxer. But I was very shocked and surprised when I started boxing him and sparring that I was actually countering him a bit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was like, this is something that I wasn't expecting. You know what I mean? If I had known that before, I could have brought that into the fight. It would have been good to change it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you probably learned a lot from the fight as well and brought that into sparring, didn't you?
Very true. Yeah, I knew what he had and I knew what I needed to improve on, and I've been working on that. I was working on improving since that fight. You know what I mean? That fight annoyed me because there's a lot of things that I could have done better, and I just didn't. You know what I mean? But number one, not sticking to the game plan and being immature. But listen, it is what it is. Every dog has his day.
Yeah, you look like you definitely learned a lot from that fight when you went into the Quigg fight. And
Yeah.
personally, for me, I've watched you since you turned pro, really. I didn't really know that you could fight like you can against Quigg, like you did against Quigg. Sorry.
To be honest, that a few people have said that to me as well. I was a little bit. I always knew I was a good boxer. Like I always knew. Boxing. I'm actually a better boxer than I am fighter. But because I've been
Yeah,
fighting so many boxers and counter punchers, I've had to come forward. I'd have to chase them. I'd have to make the fight. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. Styles
when
make the
people
fights
start
for me.
styles make fights, and then everyone was like saying I was a brawler and I was this, and I was like, no, like I'm actually a boxer. Like they got me well wrong. So I was half delighted because it kind of brought that bit of a shock factor in with the Quigg camp, because I said in the build up and all for that fight, I was like, I'm gonna go out, and if he wants to go toe to toe, we go toe to toe. If he wants to do this, we do this. You know, so I was kind of half leading them on to believe that I was coming into fight when I knew right well the game plan was not that.
Yeah, nah, for me, that's what separates world class and elite. If you can change your style and you've got to adapt to what's in front of you, and I think
Yes.
that's what's going to take you to definitely get the world title.
Yeah, thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Nice one.
Scott Quigg, I seen an interview after the fight. He said, he quoted, "You wouldn't have lived with him 3 years ago." What do you think of that?
Mate, the fella is blading 31. It's not like he's an old man. You know what I mean? Man Pacquiao was
I
like
know.
41. He's 41 or something, and he's still a blading world champion. So the fella, on his very best day, on his best performance, if I had fought him there, and I had that performance against his best performance, I'd beat him hands down all day, every day. It doesn't matter what age he is or whatever. Like, there's not a chance. So the thing is, if I had stood there and went toe to toe with Scott Quigg, that could have been a very interesting fight. That could have been a very close fight. But
Yeah,
it wasn't. I went in and I knew what way to box him. See, the thing is, I was saying to everyone, Scott Quigg needs to squat before he throws a punch. Look at all his fights through the whole career. He comes in, hands really high, he squats, and then he throws the shot. And that's where he gets the power from, because he squats down and then he throws the shot. But the thing is, the minute you see him squatting, you're like, well, he's going to throw. Take a half step
yeah,
back, let him throw, let him miss, boom, counter, and make him pay. And that's what I done. And then give him a little side angle. So, like, once you score the shot, get out of there. So, it wasn't the fact that I wouldn't have lived with him 3 years ago. My game plan beats him his whole career, no matter what.
oh yeah,
That game plan, and if any other boxer had done it as well, they would have made an easy night. If Carl Frampton had boxed him a bit more, had actually hit him more and, like, just rolled with punches instead of kind of trying to come out all the time, he would have done the exact same to him. You know, Oscar Valdez did do the exact same to him, but then he got involved in a fight. Then he started scrapping with the fella. Whereas Scott Quigg's a bleeding fighter. Like, the only thing he can do is fight. So why would you start going fighting with a fighter? What up,
yeah.
Fazer? My man. But, yeah, like, it just doesn't make sense. I would have slapped the hell off that fella. Fucking, if he had been 20 bleeding 2, it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? He's only 31 as well. I'm bleeding 28. Like what's he? What? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some boxers don't even bleed and hit the prime till they're at that age. I
I
feel
agree.
like, for me, for an example, I'm 28 and I'm only getting better. You know what I mean? So, like,
What age did you start? You only started amateur career at 15, didn't you?
yeah, I only started my amateur career at 15, but I always boxed, if you get me. Like, I always went to the gym and hit the bag. Like, I always knew how to box, but I didn't know how to actually fight. Like, I didn't know how to box, but I knew how to hit a bag, if you get me. That's all I ever done.
Yeah. Because like
But yeah, I only
15,
started
that's
competing
pretty
at
late.
15. Very late. For an
Yeah,
Irish person, like, the lads are fighting at, like, 10, 11, 12, you know what I mean? Blading, winning All Ireland since they're kids. So for me to get in there, and I won an All Ireland my second year of boxing. That's unheard of at 16. Like, there's kids winning blading All Irelands. There's kids trying their whole life, and there's never won an All Ireland. You know that way? So for me to do it in my second year of competing, it was actually quite impressive, you know. And I done that with boxing. I didn't do that with fighting.
Do you believe you was born with the talent? Do you believe in talent is in you from the day you're born, or do you believe in? Obviously, it's got to be represented with hard work, but
Yes, of
there
course.
has to be that element that you're born with. You think?
I don't think it's an element of born with talent for boxing. But there's a lot of people born with talent for sports. And there's a lot of people born with talent for business and for different adventures. You know what I mean? So, like, it doesn't matter what sport I play. I'm quite good at all sports. Like, I'm just kind of athletic, if you get me. You know? So, whereas some people, like, can't dance. Some people are great dancers. Like, you're never, you know what I mean? But that's just having rhythm.
After a few Guinnesses.
Mate, me too. I'm an animal. I do a little alley shuffle the whole lot. But no, but I swear to God, like, some people just have rhythm. Like, I can tell if someone is kind of good before they even throw a punch. If he gets in the ring and he has a little bit of swagger and he has a bit, like, once he starts bouncing and you see his toes and you see his footwork, the relaxation almost, you know he's going to be all right. Before he even throws a punch. Sometimes on the ring walk you can say, he's going to win this fight.
Yeah, I can remember my mate Alex was telling me the same thing. He said he always knew that he was going to be in for a hard or easy night from the first punch. From the first time he threw his guard. He said, I heard in the run-up to the Tevin Farmer fight that you enjoy fighting another southpaw. But the angles you was able to get off in the fight, you seem to be very comfortable with. What's your preference?
Oh no, I was only lying with that shit with Tevin Farmer. I hate fighting southpaws. I always get fucking headbutts. I always get headbutts. You know, like, that's why I always get cuts a lot. And I fought a lot of southpaws. Yeah. And with southpaws, the very first southpaw I fought, we clashed heads and bam, I opened up. You know what I mean? So that's happened a few times with southpaws. Every single southpaw fight I've had, I've got cuts. I actually hate fighting southpaws, but don't get me wrong, I fought a few of them, so I don't mind it. As in styles wise, like, I know what shots to throw. I know certain things, like, but I definitely much prefer to fight a right-handed person because they're not so used to fighting southpaws, and I'm used to fighting right-handed people, if you get me, because obviously most people are right-handed, you know. So as an amateur, 80% of your opponents would have been right-handed. So there's certain shots that you throw with a southpaw, and there's certain shots that you throw with an orthodox fighter. So it has its pluses and its minuses.
Yeah, the angles you got off in the Quigg fight, I was very impressed with. Very impressed. The footwork was beautiful to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Pat. But you know what? I don't think... I've been working on that an awful lot. Like, an awful lot. I've been working on my footwork and my angles since even the lead up to the Farmer fight. Because I needed to get the angles for the Farmer fight. I needed to get my footwork needed to be spot on. I needed to make sure I was in the right positions and all sorts of stuff like that, you know, for the Farmer fight. So I was actually doing a lot of footwork stuff for the Farmer fight too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've been working on it a while, but because he was coming at me, I was able to give him the angles. I was able to... Whereas when you're chasing the fight, you can't really give angles too much because you're already coming forward. If you know what I mean? You understand? Yeah.
But you seem... Go on, carry on.
So now you're gonna see a lot more from me, a lot more angles, a lot more slipping and sidestepping and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna see a lot more of that from me.
Yeah, it was fantastic to watch. You've watching you over the years, you seem to be a very dedicated fighter. And do you live and breathe the whole training process?
Yeah, I enjoy training. You know, like, even now I don't need to be in training. And to be honest, like, I'm blading, probably have to get hit with a 600 quid fine just for a jog. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I enjoy training, but my head just be just a little bit wrecked when I'm not training. I'm a bit of a busybody. Like, when I'm training, I'm just like, boom, relaxed, and I just don't want to do anything. I get to the gym, come home, relax. I don't want to do anything. I'm exhausted because I put so much into it. But when I'm not, like today, for example, because I'm like sitting around the gaff a bit, like, I'm like cleaning them up, I'm doing this, doing that, you know, just to blade and keep moving. I'm a bit of a busybody. I can't just sit still. But when I'm training, I can. I love it. You know, so it's like, it's a love-hate relationship. Love training, but You know what I mean? It's like, but I hate being exhausted, and I hate being bleeding, walking up the stairs and your legs like jelly. There's loads of things like.
Yeah. There's a lot of fighters out there who hate the whole process of training. So do you think that gives you the upper hand?
What?
There's a lot of fighters out there who despise the whole process of training and everything. So do you think it gives you the fight more enjoyable for you?
I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. When you're in there, like, nobody likes training. No one likes getting up early to go training. No one really likes putting themselves through torture. But once you're there, and you get the job done. Like, no one likes going to work, but we all do it. You know what I mean? Just like it has to be done. You know, that kind of way. So for me, like, I love training, but it's like I do and I don't. Like, I can only do so much until you start burning out, until you feel a bit exhausted. You know, so you have to be very careful. It's almost like balancing on a razor blade. You know, like you can love it and then overdo it, and then you're exhausted and you're pulling muscles and you're doing too much, or you know, like it's just. It's very hard to explain because, like, I love camp and hate camp at the same time. You know, like, there's certain parts of camp, like, I love sparring. Absolutely love sparring. But I always love sparring on a Monday and I hate it on a bleeding Friday or Saturday. You know what I mean? So it's like, because you're exhausted. By Friday and Saturday comes around, you're bleeding tired. So then you're getting in, they're like, these fellas fresh. I have to get in and spar three opponents and I'm bleeding. They didn't train twice yesterday or the day before or the day before. They're only in here to spar me, you know? So, like, things like that. When I get a break, love it. Absolutely love it. But when you're in camp, it's very different. It's a very different mindset you get yourself into. It's like work mode. You don't take it handy. You don't take it easy. It's not like going to the gym and doing a few weights. You have to be there. You have to be there at a certain time. You have to make sure, like, you're hitting all like, ticking all the boxes. So there's a lot of times where, like, I don't want to do strength and conditioning, but I have to. And there's been times where I've pulled muscle in my back and I was like chomping on painkillers and on the way to go and do bleeding deadlifts. And my back is killing me. You know what I mean? I'm taking painkillers. So, like, there's the love quickly fades out when you're starting to eat painkillers because you're working so hard, you know?
I can imagine,
I mean, it's mad. It's a mad thing, but one thing what I will say is I'm very mentally strong. So when I get into that pain barrier mode, I enjoy it. So there's what I think the difference is between me and people. And a lot of people always say, oh, he has a great engine and he's able to throw so much punches. No, that's not the case. I'm just as fit as them. I'm just whatever, but I just push through it and don't make it look like it's hard. Mentally, it doesn't bother me. You know, like, I'm one of them that I could do 20 rounds. Someone says, listen, I'll give you X amount of money if you do 20 rounds. I'll do 30 rounds. You know what I mean? No problem. What? 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 Who's it? Answer. Is it? Well, yeah, mate. I have to leg it, They're at the door. Go
no
pay me fine.
Thank you very much for joining us anyway, John.
Sweet. No problem, Pat. God bless.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.
God bless, my man. Take care.
Daniel, God bless. Bye.